Hello. I had to take a mental health day this morning, at least. Maybe I'll make it back in the afternoon because I was just crying. But I want to talk a little bit about this video stuff. It's been going well. I haven't had a lot of news or something to show. I really want to get to a point where I could share this. And for the people that are willing to go off and get Vimeo channels and stuff or pay for those things, we'll have an option that'll stream at least as well as something like that. I mean, what it's not going to have is the kind of traffic that YouTube has, but I'm going to link it so that it can borrow traffic and share traffic with YouTube. So what I've done is, one thing, I had kind of a stupid thing where when you upload your video, it would convert it right then. So I don't know if you understand, but when you make a web request, so it would actually convert the video into the format I need it in while you're waiting for the thing to come back. And it takes like a minute per minute of video. So you have a request and it would just take forever to come back. So that's not good. So I fixed that. So, it just uploads and say, hey, I'm processing it. I have a little issue with that showing up right away, but it shows up when it's done processing. But I need to make it show up. Hey, it's processing, show you that, because it just kind of disappears into the system, comes back 10 minutes later, it shows up. I need to make it so you can edit the description and stuff like this. There's a lot of other stuff I want to do, but there's really a minimal set before this could be useful. So I'm going to talk to somebody today at lunch, actually, about that they might want to use this. Because it's coming out a lot more general purpose. I mean, the original idea of getting a big server, there'd have to be a lot of rules to how it works. Like, we'd have to decide, do we want to allow advertising or not? This is actually just more of a commodity server resource based distributed video system. You can put a little tiny one in the network, you can put a big one in the network, so it's much more scalable. And this is the model I want to see for the whole web. I mean, we really shouldn't be having to go to a place like Facebook to do Facebook. You really ought to have your own little website, and it has Facebook features, and it just communicates with all the other Facebook, all your friends and stuff, and it should be a distributed network. And, it's sort of a little something to hint at that without getting too technical, is that's how Facebook implements it. It's not one computer. You can't do it with one computer. You have a big network of computers that are all communicating to each other. So you come over here and say, and look at my wall, and you might actually be looking at a copy in the local server of what the real server that I logged into got updated and told everybody else in the shared database system, however it's distributed. So I did some other things too, I had already mentioned, but I want to make sure that we have a resource usage feedback, because this is still going to be a thing of how much can we support, and with one of these servers of a given size. The conversion takes a lot of time, right? Right now, my $16 virtual server, which maybe I'll bump up to a 2 CPU one, but it has 1 CPU, and that CPU gets maxed out for the 10 minutes that it's converting that 10-minute video. So that's not an issue if one person was using it, but if a bunch of people were using it, there's an issue there. And the big issue is that it'd be better if you would just upload the video in the proper format. But of course, it's kind of a pain, so it's a good feature. I spent a lot of time getting FFmpeg to be able to convert any video. And for various reasons. Converting videos is kind of a pain. It's hard to control. And people, like on my Mac, it wants to come out, a video that's going to end up being 10 megs converted, it wants to make a 100 megabyte one. Okay, so I'd like you to convert that and save me all the bandwidth and conversion time, but this is kind of a pain. So I made the site so you can upload that, but I want people to know, if 5 people are sharing a little node of a server, yeah, if somebody's willing to convert their own videos, then they're saving resources. And anyway, I don't want to have to prejudge how that works out, but I want to have the numbers so people in these little groups can decide how they want to do this. What else did I do? So I've got everything down to users. I have this app I was making, and then I realized, well, I should just get the video serving stuff up, but where you can click like or dislike, as the video is going, oh, I like that part, and it keeps that database. But I put that in the viewer. I want to break that up. I want to bring in my Novum interface. If anybody was watching when I was showing the Novum interface, I want to bring that in. And then also, I don't know what I'm going to do about my note taker. I might just rewrite it for the HTML5 thing. I'm not sure. There's a lot of work in that, but I sort of think I could maybe redo it quicker and put it into the Novum. Get something more modular. The idea of doing things in the Novum is that instead of having a player with the note taker and it's all too integrated, you just have a player, a note taker's another pod, and they know how to talk to each other, and you could have many different kinds of controls. I might want to talk to a video player for various reasons. I'm doing a lot of annotation. I saw an academic talk recently about a bunch of academic attempts to do annotation, like textbook annotation, where for students can read textbooks at the same time and write notes in the margin, see what other people are writing, answer things, ask questions about the text. It's very much what I want to do. My original idea for the annotator was not videos at all, it was blogging. And that would be really pretty easy to do. I'm thinking maybe of getting time to work that back in. And now that I know JavaScript better, that turns out that would be straightforward, where you could take a blog, highlight the sentence, and go, that's a lie, that's not true, this is what I do like, this is what I don't, and make notes and fact checks. That's the original idea. And really with this content thing, it's not just a video. Video is takes a lot of horsepower, right? So you do that, you'll be able to run a blog, and I do want to have that kind of stuff too. I want to have other medium, podcast, video, blogs, wiki. So yeah, I want to figure out kind of a pricing structure too, because there's various things I could do. I need to figure out, I want this thing to be self-sustainable. I'm kind of assuming though that maybe early adopters, it's not so much that I have to develop something for them that would take hours and hours for them, but more that their content, since they're keeping the content going, I could worry about the technology, make sure that content is available, that it streams, and I'd be finding out if there's issues of, the numbers look good. The numbers look like you could stream hundreds and hundreds of streams at once on this little tiny $16 server. I don't know when the CPU gets maxed out, but I don't know. It doesn't cost a lot for the CPU to do the streaming. The biggest problem I've seen with the numbers is the storage. The $16 server has about enough storage for me for a couple years. All right, but I do low. But that calculation is with a low talking head quality, not HD. And sadly, while the bandwidth, I could easily share that with another 20 people. If I share the 3 years of videos with 20 people, suddenly I just have a couple weeks worth. So there's a storage issue where we might want to, just store, as the stuff comes in, it would be on that actual server. But then as it's been around for a while, we need to move that elsewhere. The problem is cloud delivery networks, they want to charge you for the gigabytes of storage, and then they charge you for how much streaming. And basically these are archives. They're old videos. They're less likely to be watched, though some will be. And it'd be nice to have a place to stuff them that's cheap, even if it takes a little longer to get back. Now, if the network is a success, there's an easy solution to that, which is we put an archive server on the network, and that's all it does. And it doesn't have to be a cloud server. It could be a big old disk server or something that you pay for. The other thing, though, is that with HTML5, it could pretty much be on any server. So if we find places that will store big amounts of data, they should support the seeking and everything that we're doing with the HTML5. Whereas in the old way, you have problems. It needs to be on a server that has a plugin installed that's cooperating with the browser plugin that they have installed. But with HTML5, no plugins, use regular Apache, use regular like TPD on the back end, one or the other, whatever you want, and use browser. So, Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm trying to aim for being a friendly thing for some early adopters, um, people that'd be willing to try it, just use the server I am, people would be willing to fund a second server, things like this, and to make that doable. Um, not like you're focusing on helping me test my site, or we have to have people on my site, because this site is also an interface to YouTube. It'll upload your stuff to YouTube. Eventually, I'll get the stuff I had before, where it watches and tracks your replies from YouTube and things like this. And I haven't done it, but it's straightforward to have it go the other way. I could have it where when you publish something at YouTube, my site automatically gets it and copies it. So you could have a system where you use either one, and I think you start using my interface, if only because seriously, this YouTube interface sucks. The subscription, and what I like with subscription, I had it on my old system till Google changed the way they run. They charge for Google app, and I didn't want to pay, so the free stuff, it was too intense. This wasn't actually, it was something else that was too intense that made me want to not keep investing in that design. But when I have a subscription, it shows the person and then all the videos they've done. If they've done too many, okay, they scroll off the site, so they take one line. So you don't have, if UC Berkeley publishes 10 lectures one day and 10 hours of video, it's not 10 spots. It's just one line. So I can go and see the latest from everybody, because people that I watch are like, DasBoot makes one video weeks and weeks. In my subscription, that stuff just scrolls through. I rarely see them when he makes them. I have to go remember, oh yeah, I haven't checked on DasBoot. Has he made anything? Because just the rate at which that goes through, I'm not likely to see it. Other people are pushing the videos down too quickly. I want to go to my subscription page, and down in the D's, there's DasBoot, and it shows me the latest video he made. Oh, it was 2 months ago and I saw it. I want that rather than things being always rolled off. So, okay, well, anyway, I'll get back more with some details. I think I'm getting really close to having something usual like that. There's a lot of little things I haven't mentioned, but just very straightforward things to improve. I guess the biggest one is that I've been working on my C++ server that I decided to make instead of using a relational database server, which I will eventually use for other things. But for keeping track of ratings and information about the video and stuff, I created a separate process, because my first version was just the web server writing things on disk, and it was going to start stomping on each other. So I've got that all very, very clean and ready to iterate on. So yeah. All right. Cheers.